Alright, so today we got some new mousepads in from Esports Tiger featuring the EBA, the SE Qin and Jin, and we also have their Grandmaster pad. Now I'd say the two biggest factors in determining whether you should get a mousepad or not are the durability, it has to last a long time, can't lose speed or gain speed over time, and then the next thing is the speed. You know, if you get something that's too fast, you're going to lose all control. If you get something that feels like mud, you're not going to be able to make the tracking movements. So you want to find something that's tailored to your aiming style. So it's good that we have a lot of options out right now, and these Esports Tiger ones are actually pretty interesting. Starting off with these two, the SE Qin and the SE Jin. These are the fastest mouse pads today. These are built out of nylon. They're 480 by 400 millimeters, and they got a 4mm thickness. Now these do have stitch edges, and they're pretty soft. I do have some fraying on one of them, but overall the stitch edges are pretty solid. Now these have the styrene butadiene bases like the gsr-se from Zowie, which is one of my favorite bases because they just don't move, and these are solid just like those. They're a little bit thicker and they're a little bit more cushiony than a normal rubber pad, which I also like. So let's talk about this nylon surface a little bit. It not only makes it more durable than a standard cloth pad, but it also makes it quite a bit faster than cloth. Here's how it ranks in terms of speed versus some other mouse pads. It's slightly faster than the Qin and less rough in comparison to that one. Nylon is more expensive than polyester that's used on the Qin, and it's also a stronger material, and the Qin is one of the most durable pads out, as most of you guys know. The pad hasn't shown much wear since I've been using it over the past few weeks. The X and Y speeds are the same whether you're moving up and down, so you get that uniformity, which is what I like over the Qin. The texture is very solid. It doesn't catch on your arm. It's good for arm aiming and wrist aiming. It's a very low friction, low static pad, so if you're somebody that is in like a track heavy game like Apex or Fortnite, you're really gonna like this mouse pad. If you're in a flick style game like Valorant, I felt like it was a little bit weaker, and those are just games where you need to just be stopping and being accurate because the static friction on this is very minimal, so you're gonna get some jitteriness at the end of your flick. Now these are coming in at $40, and it's a little bit on the pricey side, but you know, artisans are up there in price as well, and you're getting a nylon base here with no coating, so it should last you a lot longer than the other mouse pads that we're gonna see today. But overall, a solid pad. I think I would love to see these come down in price, maybe to like $35, but for $40, it's still a pretty good buy. Next up, we have the EBA. This one, I think I've gotten like the most questions about in my videos. I've kind of shown it off, kind of teased it a little bit, but this one features a different base compared to the one we just looked at, the SE Qin and the Jin. This is more like their original one. Has the same dimensions, 480 by 400 by 4 millimeters, so it's a little bit smaller than an XL Artisan, but bigger than a Zowie pad. Not gonna be a game changer in terms of size, you know, you're only getting a few millimeters more than other pads out there, but this one does have stitch edges and it does raise up a little bit more than the SE Qin and the Jin, so you will feel it. So in the future, I like to see them take away this rounded stitching and make it flatter like the Fanatic mouse pads, and this makes the stitch edges disappear when you have a mouse pad shaped like that. So I checked with Esports Tiger, and this is a mesh mouse pad that is made of cloth. Okay, so you're not getting like the mesh material, but it should last a lot longer than a standard cloth pad because of the weave. So the EBA reminds me of the Mousepad Company mouse pad or the Diconic mouse pad, that rougher texture. This one is a little less rougher than those, but it does still give you the arm control that those do as well, and the added durability compared to a normal cloth pad. You're really gonna feel your arm push, pull, and drag on this mouse pad, but if you're an arm aimer, this mouse pad is gonna give you a bunch of control. So this mouse pad lends itself to like flick style games like Valorant or CSGO. It's not gonna be the best for tracking games because your arm's just gonna drag so much. And having to track people with this, and if they do like a quick, you know, left to right strafe, you can get out straight because your arm is just dragging so much. So I would go for the SE Qin or Jin if you're looking for more of a tracking style mouse pad, and this one for more flick style games like Valorant, which is why I use this mouse pad the most out of the three today. For $35, I think this is a pretty good pad. It seems like it's durable, doesn't feel any different in terms of speed compared to when I first got it, and I've been putting some work in on this mouse pad. So next up, we have the Jack of all trades mouse pad. So it's gonna be super durable. It's really reminiscent of that old Asus Scab scabbard that we saw back in the day, but without the obnoxious branding. This comes in the same size, the 480 by 400 by 4 millimeters. And this is their jack of all trades pad because it's good for tracking and flicking. This one is the second fastest pad on the list today, right between the EBA and the SE Qin and Jin. This is $30, and I think it's a steal of the bunch because you're getting that durable surface, you're getting a nice speed on it. Whereas the nylon on the SE Qin and Jin is smooth and slick, so you're gonna obviously have a faster pad there. And because of this, you're gonna get way more stopping power. You're gonna get an amazing pad for tracking as well. This is a do-it-all pad. So if you don't know what to pick out of the three today, I would go with the Grandmaster pad. There's very little friction on your arm, but there is some there. The stitch edges are raised on this one. It's a little less raised than the SE Qin. But overall, like I said, this is a nice middle ground between the three mouse pads. It's my pick. It does everything from flick shots to tracking, no matter what game you're playing. So if you're a person that likes to switch between games a lot, I'll go with the Grandmaster pad. So that's gonna do it for the Esports mouse pads. I think they need to work on their stitching just a little bit more. Like I said, if they can bring over that Fnatic style where it's a little bit flatter instead of this rounded stitch edges, that's gonna be, that's gonna take their mouse pads to the next tier. Would I pick these over Artisans? Probably not, but there are some solid options here, especially for the price. If you're looking to save a little bit of money, like I said, this Grandmaster one is the truth. All right, it has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.